Can you walk us through your career, starting with Accenture? How has that prepared you for future roles and future career decisions?
When I started, it was in the last official start class before it became Accenture. So that's a little fun fact that I share with people who have that history as well. But starting at Accenture was a very good option in terms of really setting up the foundation of really learning the skills that it took to be successful in business. I think lots of us at that time had dreams of walking Mahogany Row and working in these big companies and really having an impact. Accenture definitely exposed some of those things and built a lot of foundational skills. Going to work with many of the Fortune 100 companies and just getting assimilated into that type of professional lifestyle and exposure early on was pretty invaluable. When we started, you still had to show up in a suit. So the first probably 6 months of my career, especially when you're in the Accenture offices, you wear what the client's wearing. They had rules like, hey, you can take your jacket off when you're in your seat, but when you're walking around, you put your jacket back on and things like that. You already feel like, hey, this is the big leagues. This is a serious situation. We're no longer playing business. We actually have to deliver value for our clients. Just that from an atmosphere perspective helps set things up. Then you obviously get into the actual skill building of it, which is clearly 100 times more important. But you really learn things like operating in a team. Accenture is a massive company, hundreds of thousands of employees. Projects that I went on ranged from probably 100 or 150 up to 700 plus Accenture people on the client site. You're getting used to having very strict deadlines, working long hours, working in a team. It's really why I enjoyed my time at Accenture. I'm really a team guy at art. That's one of the things that motivates me or really gives me passion out of whatever I'm doing is really the success of the team and just the dynamic of the team and really being a team builder. Those are the types of foundational skills that I think that you get at Accenture. You learn to lean on people. You're really having to communicate and choreograph these very complex projects. There's always deadlines and you're always challenged to work late or hit deadlines. Those foundational skills that you take with you in every stop in your career after that, where you just also have a respect for the clients. You have a respect for the level of professionalism and the people who are above you in the hierarchy at a company like that. And you're just trying to work towards becoming one of those folks down the road. And hopefully you've established yourself as a team player such that you can have that level of success.
Accenture set you up, like a lot of people that we know very early on. How did things progress after that?
I really fell into that class of what you would call road warriors. For the first 5 years of my career, I was really on the road every week, 4 days a week. You're living in corporate apartments or living in corporate hotels. That can just get a little old. There's only so many planes and travel days and meals out that you want to do over a period of time. The project at times were so large that it is difficult to make a connection to the level of impact that you're making as an individual. At times, you can get caught up in a wave of a number of people and not feel like you're able to stand out or able to make the contribution that you want. Just feeling like, do you have a team that supports you or are you just more of a piece of a machine? I was looking for something smaller, getting out of those multiple 100 person teams, even though you work in a smaller team in your day to day. It's hard to connect some of the work that was being done to the bigger picture. You feel like you've learned a set of skills and you really want to drive impact and felt like that you could do that potentially somewhere else.